Brastad. Here. Commissioner West.
Here.
Commissioner Schulte.
Here.
Commissioner Gamache.
Here.
Commissioner Reinert.
Here.
All right, next item on our agenda is tax claims and abatements. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Brasted. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner West. Further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
And that item passes. Item 5 on your agenda is to consider accepting the regular claims paid over $500 and purchase card claims paid for the periods ending July 16th, 2021 through July 30th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner West. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Reinert. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
And that item passes. Item 6 will look to approve the minutes from July 27th, 2021 for our county board meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Brasted
And a second.
and a second by Commissioner Reinert. Are there any other changes to the minutes or any changes to the minutes? I will say that we need to call out once in a while what a good job our secretary does. These minutes come very accurate, and I check them regularly, and Teresa, you do a fabulous job, so thank you for your hard work. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? That item passes. Next, we'll jump, we have no chair's remarks, so we'll jump right into committee reports, and we will start with the Management Committee report. Commissioner West.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report is informational, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner West. We will then move to the Transportation Committee report. Our committee had the opportunity to meet on October 2nd at 8:30 in the morning at the Lacaparo Room at the Anoka County Transportation Division facility, and we have a number of items for your consideration today. First, the committee recommends approval to enter into a joint powers agreement with the City of Ham Lake for the addition of right turn lanes on Constance Boulevard at Tippecanoe Street in the City of Ham Lake. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Brasted. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gamache. Is there further discussion? Or does anybody want a explanation from Joe? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
That item passes. Next, the committee recommends approval to enter into a joint powers agreement with the City of Ramsey for the reconditioning of Bunker Lake Boulevard from Armstrong Boulevard to Sunfish Lake Boulevard in the City of Ramsey. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Look. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gamache. Is there further discussion? We've seen this one a number of times, so we won't call on Joe to explain this one either. All those in favor, please signify by, oh, sorry, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. And that item passes. Next on your agenda, the committee recommends approval of a professional services contract with WSB Engineering for the design, permitting, and environmental documentation services for the intersection improvements at Hodgson Road and County Road J in the City of Lino Lakes and Shoreview. Is there a motion to approve?
I'd like to move approval.
I have a motion by Commissioner Reinert. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner West. Further discussion? I think we will turn to Joe for a little bit more of an explanation on this one. We've looked at it a couple of times, but this is another one, so we'll have Joe brief us on it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, members of the board. So this project here actually is spurred from the development in the northwest corner of what you see on your screen. There's a residential development going in there. It's going to include a high rise as well at this point. And so this is actually a border road. County Road J, or Ash Street as we know it in Anoka County, is a border road with Ramsey County. So it's split between two counties and two cities. And as the development came forward, and actually this property has some history, there's several developments that have come forward looked at the site, and then due to constraints, they weren't able to follow through. This is the first development that has gotten this far and this much attention, so it's a positive thing for the community. We're excited for it. But as we looked at this intersection, it's very tight. It's a tight corridor. Excuse me. And the road's pretty narrow. And so with this development, with the added traffic and some of the adjustments and traffic that's happened on Hodgson Road to the north, we know that the intersection needs to be improved. So there's gonna be a cost share involved with this between the developer and then both cities and both counties. So this contract that's before you today is really a preliminary engineering, potentially a final engineering contract to take a look at what the necessary improvements need to be, what those future traffic volumes are, and then what the needs are as far as turn lanes, access. There's an existing signal system there that was actually cobbled together by both Ramsey County and Anoka County. We used spare parts and put that thing together several years ago. So it's ready to be replaced. It needs improvement. So that's essentially what this contract is.
Thank you, Joe. And I think this particular item probably highlights the importance of relationships we develop over time, both with communities and fellow counties and mostly amongst our staff, but also amongst the elected officials. But this type of cooperation is necessary to get a big project like this done to benefit both counties and both communities that we're dealing with here.
Yeah, thank you.
Any further comments? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. And that item passes. Next, the committee recommends approval of a local road improvement program, or LRIP, agreement amendment number 1 for the design services of the Ramsey Boulevard and US Highway 10 interchange project in the city of Ramsey. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Look. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gamache. And I will turn to Joe before we have discussion here to tell us a little bit about the LRIP program.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the board, so the LRIP program is a local road improvement program, and Anoka County's been very successful, as well as actually this particular bond is actually something that the city secured back in 2018, but we've been very successful at obtaining these funds legislatively each year, so compliments to the board on that and their support. This one here, due to the way the language was written for that bond, it could only be spent on the Ramsey Boulevard US Highway 10 intersection, including the grade separation at the adjacent railroad. So there was $2 million awarded by the legislature that year, and the original contract amount was for 1.7 and some change $million. Essentially, as you can imagine with a project of this magnitude, there's been some changes, some additional design work that we've required of the contractor, our consultant. So this amendment signifies that, and essentially we're extending that contract up to the $2 million point to close out that bond. There'll likely be additional work that comes with this project over the next couple of years, but we've also secured other bonds to help pay for that. So in 2020, we secured $8.3 million to help pay for additional project development, right-of-way acquisition, and prepping for that. So we can utilize those funds to offset any further costs.
Thank you, Joe. And for clarification for those watching, the local road improvement program is administered through MnDOT, state of Minnesota.
Correct. Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second before us. Seeing no further discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
And that item passes. And that does conclude the Transportation Committee report, and we will move on now to the Finance and Capital Improvements Committee Chair report. Commissioner Look.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Finance Capital Improvements Committee was not able to meet on this topic, and so I'm bringing forward a chair's report where I'm recommending the county board approve an amendment to contract C0006567 with OpenGov Inc. to add a module for American Rescue Plan Act reporting. The amount for 5 months in 2021 is $12,775. And then there's 3 annual subscriptions of $24,900. So this amendment's from August 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2024.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gamache. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Look. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
And that item passes. And I assume that will conclude your Finance Committee report, and we will now move to the Intergovernmental and Community Relations Committee report. Commissioner Brassad.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our committee met on August 5th, and we have a few items. The first one is to recommend the county board adopt resolution IG 2021-06, resolution accepting dedicated gifts for Anoka County Veterans Services. And I would just like to highlight the generous donors. The Ham Lake Chamber of Commerce donated $2,000. Ham Lake Lanes donated $1,500. Jane and Craig Walker donated $1,500. And the Coon Rapids American Legion Auxiliary donated $50. So I'd be happy to offer that resolution.
The resolution has been offered and is before you. Are there any further comments? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
That item passes.
The next item is the committee recommends the county board renew the following contracts for autopsy services, extending contracts to December 31st, 2023, at which time the contracts will automatically renew for one additional 2-year period. They are Pine County, Chisago County, and St. Louis County.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner West. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Reinert. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
That item passes.
Item 3, the committee recommends the county board approve a contract with the University of Maryland Brain and Tissue Bank, allowing the medical examiner's office to provide brain removal services for the university. The term of the agreement is for 1 year, with automatic renewals of 1 year, terms up to 7 years. And I'll move that.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner West. Further discussion? I will just comment, it's one of the more odd and descriptive items that have come before us.
Right.
We're glad to be able to provide these services through our medical examiner's office, but it's not always a comfortable topic. With that, if there's no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
And that item passes.
The committee recommends the county board approve contract C0008654 with Dave Johnson and Faegre Drinker LLP for lobbyists and legal services in an amount of $3,825 per month, effective September 1st, 2021 through August 31st, 2023, at which time one additional 2-year term may be agreed upon.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gamache. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Reinert. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. That item passes.
And the next item, which is very similar, is the committee recommends the county board approve contract C0008653 with Ward Inus Strategies LLC for lobbyists and legal services in an amount of $4,166.67 per month, effective September 1st, 2021 through August 31st, 2023, at which time one additional 2-year term may be agreed upon. And I would just like to comment that both these lobbyists do an amazing job for our county, and are very productive. They keep an eye on things for us, and we're in very close contact with them, especially when the legislature is in session. So I'm happy to move this.
There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner West. Is there further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. That item passes.
And that concludes my IG report.
Thank you, Commissioner Breasted. Let's move over to the Parks Committee report. Commissioner Gamache.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Parks Committee met on Tuesday, August 3rd at Locke County Park in Fridley. It was a beautiful morning to be outside on a beautiful park. We have 3 action items. The committee recommends to the county board to approve resolution 2021-PRK 14, authorizing 3 equity programming projects, $20,000 for a partnership and translation program, Anoka County Contract C0008689, $34,000 for a Learn to Bike program, Anoka County Contract C0008690, and $52,500 for an augmented reality trail program, Anoka County Contract number C0008691. Andy Solvelt is here with us today to give us an update on these. These are Met Council programming and money that they had put out there to do some grants to get more people into the parks, and these are 3 of them out of the 4 that we attempted to get that we were approved for. So Andy, if you just want to give a brief update on those 3, that would be great.
Great. Commissioner McMash, Mr. Chair, and Commissioners, Andy Soltut, the Assistant Director with the Parks Department. Yeah, we're very happy to receive 3 of the 4 grants that we applied for through the Metropolitan Council Equity Grant Program. This program is a relatively new program which offers grant funding for both capital and non-capital projects to implement new programs or new opportunities to attract more people to the park system. So gave us an opportunity to put some thought into what some enhancements could be for our system here in Anoka County. The translation program grant will focus on our park maps and general park information that is out there already in the parks, providing updated information in alternative languages in key transportation areas. Also giving us an opportunity to put translation services through portions of our website and our key materials that we hand out to the general public. So using some community partners that we already have a relationship with, we'll be able to get that moving very quickly and adding that functionality to our digital and print media, which will be a nice addition. The Learn to Bike program grant is actually a partnership with Anoka County, Washington County, and REI. So we'll be providing Learn to Bike programs through that partnership in collaboration with those other entities. It'll give an opportunity to expose people who haven't had the opportunity to either own a bike or learn to ride a bike, the opportunity to enjoy that opportunity. REI will provide the staff members, the bikes, the equipment. We don't have any investment that we need to make or storage on our side of things, but can collaborate across both Anoka and Washington County to provide that services at a low cost, and all those programs will be offered free to the public, so there won't be that barrier as well. And then finally, our augmented reality trail program grant that we received, that will be a new thing for really for the park system, especially in this region as a whole. Some larger museums or indoor facilities have used augmented reality. Using your smartphone or a tablet device, you can go up to a key pinpoint location, scan a code, and it'll pop up on your phone something of either the unique wildlife or the habitat or the historical information of that area, where you can view it on your screen as an overlay in the area that you're standing, or give you a 3D dimensional view of a different type of animal that you may not be able to approach in real life. So we give an opportunity to explain some of the historical context, how our habitat's changed, how we see it change in the future, and be able to give a different perspective to integrate both technology and some of the historical and unique wildlife and habitat information of the park system. So those are the focuses of those 3 grants, and we're really happy to accept those.
And Mr. Chair, I'll move it.
The resolution has been offered and is before you now. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
That item passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 2, this year the governor signed a bill for the Parks, Trail, and Legacy Funding appropriation into law on June 26th. This appropriation for the biennium is more than $43.8 million, the largest legacy appropriation for the regional system to date. This represents over a 9% increase from the previous biennium and more than 57% increase since the first year of funding. So it was a great job by the legislature in getting us some more money. What this will do for Anoka County's Parks and the Trails Legacy appropriation for fiscal year '22 was $1,795,539. And we have 3 projects listed here today that we are asking the county board to approve. It is the $325,000 for the Bunker Hills Activity Center roof replacement and drainage improvements. That's Anoka County Contract C0008693. Item B is $1,345,539 for the much-needed Rice Creek Chain of Lakes Park Reserve Park Entrance Road, boat launch, and beach area improvement. Anoka County Contract C0008697, and $125,000 for the Natural Resource Management. That's Anoka County Contract C0008698. All of these, the roof is definitely needed. The road, if you've gone into the Rice Creek Lakes Park Reserve recently, is definitely needed. So we're really happy that this all came through. And then the Natural Resource Management, the $125,000, that helps us keep the resources going on a yearly basis with another contract that we have. So these are all needed, and maybe Commissioner Reinhardt wants to make this resolution, or?
I think I do. I'd like to move approval.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Brasted. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
That item passes.
The next item, the committee recommends to the county board to award a contract for the design and engineering of the Rice Creek North Regional Trail Expansion Project to TKDA of St. Paul, Minnesota, in the amount of $188,279. That's Anoka County Contract number C0008700. This is for the last portion of this trail. There was a gap in the trail near the Rice Creek Regional Trail that we wanted to get filled, and we had some discussions with the cities over in that area, and they had some discussions with their legislators, and they were able to get some grant money, or some bond money, excuse me, to get this taken care of. And we'll bring it for you today.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'd like to move approval.
I have a motion by Commissioner Reinert. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner West. Is there further discussion? Commissioner Reinert.
I guess I'd like to comment, this is a missing segment of trail for many miles of trail that moves throughout the Twin City metropolitan area, and it's been needed for decades. This money is for design primarily, and we have legislators anxious to work with us to get the dollars needed then for construction eventually. So in fact, we had some conversation yet this year, and it was just they wanted to go and get us dollars this year, and we just really need to plan it first. So very anxious to help us out and get this segment done.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Reinert. Further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Brastad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
That item passes.
And the rest of the items on the agenda were informational items, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Gamache. Next, we will turn to the Public Safety Committee Chair Report and Commissioner Brasted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our committee did not meet, but because of timing, have a few items that we need to vote on so that we can accept some grant funds. The first item is I would recommend adoption of Resolution 2021-PS07, which is accepting dedicated donation from Cot Keys Bus Service. Cot Keys is donating a bus to the Sheriff's Office to be used for transportation of personnel for law enforcement purposes. The estimated value of this donation is about $3,000. So we're very thankful for this generous donation, and I'll offer the resolution.
The resolution has been offered and is before you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner West,
Commissioner West?
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
And that item passes.
Then again, under the Sheriff's Office, I would recommend approval and execution of a contract for the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative Project 2021 grant agreement with the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Office of Justice Programs in the amount of $160,982 and a term of July 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2023.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner West. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Reinert. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
And that item passes.
The next item is that I would recommend adoption of Resolution 2021-PS08, a resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Office of Justice Programs for the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative. And this is a grant that our county attorney's office will be receiving basically to continue their work on the Saki project. And I'm happy to offer that.
The resolution has been offered. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. That item passes.
And my last item, also under the attorney's office, is that I would recommend adoption of Resolution 2021-PS09, resolution authorizing acceptance of crime victim prosecutorial services grant agreement with the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Office of Justice Programs. And I'll offer that resolution.
The resolution has been offered. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. That item passes.
And that concludes my public safety report.
Thank you, Commissioner Brassad. That brings us back to our regular agenda and item 9, where we'll consider approving the following liquor license application as reviewed by and consented to by the Township Sheriff and Attorney. And that is for the Stacy Lions Club by Judith K. Hanna. It's a one-day on-sale 3.2 malt liquor license for the Township of Linwood for September 11th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve?
I'd like to move approval.
A motion by Commissioner Reinert. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Brassad. Further discussion? Commissioner Reinert.
Yeah, I'd like to mention that this is September 11th. The approval of this license is going to be their Family Fun Days. It's their annual celebration, and this year they are celebrating Linwood's 150th birthday. So good event for the town, and car show, parade, and I'll be up there. So it should be fun.
Very nice. Sounds like a great event. Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That item passes unanimously. And that concludes our county board meeting. Thank you.